Is everybody super loud on the microphone?
Yeah.
I don't hear anything.
You don't hear anything?
I don't hear anything.
Check. Hello.
What did I do?
You gotta fix yourself.
You hear me, but I don't hear you.
I hear you. What you're gonna have to do, Ron, is pull that nubbin out one spot. I'm gonna just keep talking until you can hear me again.
Check.
Because you have.
There it is.
See,
Found it.
you got the janky headphones.
Found it.
Okay, so it was. I don't even know who was Elena.
Alana?
Yeah, is that how you say your name?
Alana, I think, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Alana Tobis?
Yes.
Okay, so Alana Tobis got a hold of me and said, "Can we come on?" But I don't want to come on. That's pretty much what she said. She was like, "I'm going to get 3 very talkative people on the show, but I'm not going to be one of them," which is weird because I know she's also very talkative.
Yes.
Yes. So this is Stage Door, a theater podcast hosted by a couple of average guys, and today we have the Village Players Theater with us today, and they are doing Peter and the Starcatcher. So I have seen this show already.
I have not.
Which is kind of exciting to actually have seen one of the shows that is a play that is being put on, because I have not seen that many plays. So right away I'm going to grill you and ask you, what is the show? What is it about?
I would say, to put it as basic as possible, is how Peter became Pan and how Stash became Hook.
Wow, that was really succinct.
There it is.
But that's what it is, though. It's the origin story
It's
of
a
Peter
prequel.
Pan.
It's a prequel.
Peter
Yes.
Pan,
Yeah.
is that what you said?
Peter Pan?
Peter Pan.
I like this.
So-
I like this guy. I already like this.
No, wait. We've got like 6 Peter Pan plays and movies and shows out there already, and we need another one. It's like Star Wars. It's a franchise. They keep pumping out
Is there
Peter
that
Pan.
many?
They keep
Coincidence.
pumping out Peter Pan shows.
Mere coincidence.
Why do we need this one? What is different?
Well, because I feel like we always have like the same story of Peter Pan just reincarnated over and over again, but we never really know where he came from or how the characters came to be. All that character development is like just gone. But this show like really gives us that, and I like that. It's
What
like
do you
history.
mean? Explain more details. I don't know what you mean. You say it gives us this. What does it give us?
It gives us the origin of how.
So it gives us the origin. Okay, so can we start with like Act 1? See, because I saw this show and I didn't know anything about what was going on. So I just thought it was just going to be another like Peter Pan type thing. And I was very confused. So I want people who come to the show to not be confused for the whole first act like I was.
I think that's a good call. I mean, when I got the part, I then researched it on YouTube and had no clue what was happening either until starting to do rehearsals. I was like, okay, this kind of makes sense now. So yeah, I think a little explanation would probably help.
Yes,
but,
it would.
You know, Peter, he's an orphan,
Uh-huh.
and he's being shipped off to an island. And then there's Molly.
Yeah, see, right away, it's like, okay, in every other Peter Pan story I've ever heard, I didn't hear anything about him ever being an orphan. So right away, if you don't know that it's Peter Pan, he's just some dude. And now we're just trying to figure out what's going on. So you said Molly?
Yeah, so the character Molly, so that's similar to Wendy, and there's a connection with Wendy. Molly, if you want to share what that is.
You play Molly, Savanah?
yes.
Savanah plays Molly.
Yes. She is Wendy's mother.
Okay.
Am I spoiling it then? Is that
No,
like
No, you're doing great.
But in the play, she's young. She's not a mom yet.
Yeah.
You don't
So-
find that out until the end.
Yeah.
We're fine.
So she's a 13-year-old girl, and her and Peter kind of have a thing going a little bit.
Wee bit of a thing.
Yeah.
A wee bit of a thing.
It's kind of, the whole thing of like childish love and finding yourself through love and growing up.
Okay. That still is very... I hate to be such a jerk here, but you guys are being a little bit too, I feel like, obscure.
Yeah.
Spoil it. Just tell us everything.
I mean, because this show is so obscure as it is, it's almost like I need to like know before I go in. It helps
makes
me
sense.
enjoy. Like when I go and see this show a second time, I just feel like I'm going to enjoy it way more. Than the first time I saw it.
Makes complete sense. So I would say it's 2 acts. The first act, the setting is 2 ships.
Okay.
So you've got Black Stash, a.k.a. Captain Hook, before he's Hook, on one ship, and you've got Peter and Molly on another one. And so the whole first act revolves around these 2 ships and how they come together. Second act all takes place on an island once these ships have kind of landed, if you will.
Okay.
And so that when they get on the island, that's when the story begins to become a little more familiar as far as, okay, we see Peter starting to evolve into something bigger, something more, something that we're familiar with, and similar with Stash.
Are you Stash in the show?
I am, yes.
I kind of figured. So you have a presence more like Stash, not like a Peter.
Okay, yeah.
So I was
hope
like,
so.
I don't know, man. That's Peter must be a younger dude. Who's playing Peter?
Me.
George's playing Peter.
Okay.
That's not confusing.
That's not. No, wait.
So we
but-
got the main people here then. So we got Peter and we have Molly and we have Stash. So that's really cool then, obviously.
But is Molly the only female in the whole cast, really? The whole female character.
Technically, yes.
Oh, is she?
Absolutely.
I did not catch that at all watching it. I guess I was probably just trying to figure out the show so much I had no idea that there was only one female character.
It also depends on productions because in ours, we decided to do like the original cast did and do drag. And so
That's how it was
I'm
on Broadway?
the only woman. Yes.
Actually, was this a Broadway show? I should ask
Yes,
that
it
question
was.
too. Was this like an award-winning
Well, it won a
Broadway,
bunch of
Tony, and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
Christian Borle was Stash.
Didn't help me with that name.
No.
So,
Oh, okay.
Is he the guy wearing his
believe that you
painted
know
on?
something, but-
Does he like have a painted on stash?
It's a pretty ridiculous.
Pretty
mustache.
ridiculous.
oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's, who
Well-
is this guy? Would I know him from anything else?
He was in Something Rotten.
Oh,
He originated Shakespeare, right?
there
He
you go.
originated
So
the
he
role.
originated Emmett from Legally Blonde.
oh,
and then-
really? He was Legally Blonde, Emmett
yeah.
too.
And he
Wow.
did.
So he was.
Willy
Wait a
Wonka.
minute. This guy's a great actor.
Absolutely.
To play Emmett in Legally Blonde and then be
Like the
Shakespeare.
musical.
Yeah. Those are two completely different kinds of people, though. A
Mm-hmm.
little more timid, little Emmett guy, and then over the top, everybody hates Shakespeare guy.
Yeah.
To play those
Okay.
things, that's very cool. So then he was the one who was what again in the show?
He
He
originated
was Stash.
Stash.
Stash. Now
So-
that makes sense.
And will you be wearing a really ridiculous stash or growing
Yeah.
one? Or you're
No. The hope is to make it as ridiculous as possible.
And okay,
Okay,
so that is kind of the show. When I did see the show, and when I did finally start to catch on, because I am more of just of a concrete person, I guess. When I go to a show, I want to see Shrek. In Shrek, I understand what's happening. I see what's going on. That's an ogre, even though he's like onions and whatever. But like I know that's an ogre. There's no trick to what's going on.
Layers.
Yeah. So when I go to see Peter Pan or Peter and the Starcatcher, I was really kind of struggling with what was going on because I think it's probably just my brain isn't big enough, to figure out what's going on. So I needed that. I need that kind of explanation that you guys are giving me probably before I went and saw the show. I just assumed, I'll go and it's got this Tony Award winning. It's going to be great. I'll understand everything. But instead I'm going, what is happening here?
Yeah. And it is a bit ridiculous. Like we ask
Yes.
people to use their imaginations.
That is the
throughout the
other
show.
thing. So is that I'm going to assume because it's the whole premise behind Peter Pan is always using your imagination.
Yeah.
Right. So I like J.M. Barrie was like using his imagination he has nothing to do with this, right? J.M. Barrie, the guy who originated Peter Pan.
But Barry wrote it. It's just not
Really?
Brad Barry.
I believe a guy named Dave.
Dave Barry.
Dave Barry?
He's a satirical, comical writer, author.
Ron
Barry.
knowing stuff over
no,
there.
Tom told me.
Oh, Tom
Tom
told
told
you.
me. Yes.
Okay.
It just
that.
happened to
You
be
knew that.
Barry and
So
Barry.
a guy named Barry did another person's name Barry's story,
Peter
kind
Pan,
of.
yeah.
That's weird.
Okay.
Okay, so but the whole idea was imagination. Obviously, when J.M. Barrie made his original Peter Pan story. So I wonder. I'm just speculating here. Is maybe that's why, because the visuals in this could be confusing as well. For me, it was. Are you guys using a lot of obvious visuals in the show?
Not really.
Yeah, see?
We do a lot of like creative ways of presenting like a scene, like whether it be using rope or just like simple lighting things.
Or literally people. We
Oh,
have
literally?
we have lines of people that represent doors in a lot of the scenes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So they're just standing there in a row and wow.
Absolutely,
Okay. And
yes.
then somebody has to just grab their handle and move them?
Yep.
Is that what they do? That's better than grabbing their knob, I guess. I don't know.
That's correct.
I had to say it.
So we have a female actress, Molly, but are some of the guys' roles played by girls in this cast? Just a bunch of old guys like me being pirates?
Pretty much.
Not necessarily all old guys.
Not all guys.
Because
no.
like the original Broadway, there's a bunch of old guys like
Yes.
me.
See, that confuses me though, because
pirates.
it's Peter Pan and all. Shouldn't they be younger?
we have like cast members of all ages.
Okay.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay. Who else is in it that is doing an awesome job?
Okay, so we have Connor. He plays Ted. We have Noah.
Noah.
He plays Prentice.
Okay.
They are both in their 20s.
Okay.
And we have John. He's playing Alf. And he is
Alf?
18.
Not the
yeah.
alien that
Alf.
eats cats from the
Yeah,
80s.
what is
not
it?
Alf.
A different Alf.
Different one.
Well, his loss. I think that would have been cool if
Yeah,
Alf
that
was
would be
in there.
great. There are some cats in the
It
show.
would have been another random thing thrown in the show, though.
Yeah,
I feel like
absolutely.
it would have fit. I would have been like, I guess Alf's here now. Great.
Actually, not too late. I think we could probably fit that in there. But anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
We just have like people of all ages. Like I don't know what the age limit
That's
is,
okay,
but
yeah.
I know we have some people who are older. We have some people who are younger.
Yeah, this is not a kid's show, basically, is what you're saying, right?
Not necessarily.
Not necessarily. No.
You could bring the kids,
Yeah.
and some of the jokes will go over their head.
Yeah.
But they'll still enjoy it. Again, it's that make believe, that imagination. They're gonna love it, and some of the things will go over their head that the adults will definitely appreciate.
I'm going to say that there should be an age limit on this thing, like a minimum. Like it might be, unless you have a very mature younger person, I would say like a PG-13 type atmosphere, only because of mentally. There's nothing inappropriate that I can recall in the show. It's just understanding what's happening, because I couldn't
You
understand.
couldn't understand what was going on. Yeah. So in the trailer, the highlights, the videos I've seen of it, this Molly character holds her own a bunch of guys, and there's her, and she's like ruling them. Is that how that character works?
Yeah, I think that's kind of what makes her so special, is the fact that she's 13 in, the 1800s and a girl, and people weren't going to take her seriously, but she continues to lead and kind of, tell the people around her, like, hey, just because I'm a girl, I can, hold my own and I can do things too.
So I don't know Savanah well, but from what I have seen of her, that pretty much describes what I've observed with Savanah. She seems like a girl who is not going to take crap from people. She stands up for herself. She's
Good.
strong. She's
Look
confident.
Look at you.
So I feel like this role is meant for her.
And you're
Thank
13 too. That's amazing.
In the show.
In the show.
In the
okay.
show, yes.
And now, Jordan, you play Peter Pan. Will you dress like a boy, or will you play it as a...
I'll be dressing as a guy. I already have my costume set in stone, and so far it's looking pretty boyish.
Wait, are you providing the costumes? Or?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
cool.
do my own costume.
And they
Awesome.
fly you around the stage. No, they don't.
Okay. No. So what's the Starcatcher part? Okay, because so now we've got the Peter and then the Starcatcher. There's obviously like another main person in the show, so I don't understand what
It's
that is.
me. So Molly is in the beginning, an apprentice. Her father is a Starcatcher, and that's kind of what brings the two stories together, is that he's on a mission, and she's trying to help him, and so she gets put on the ship
What's
that
the
Peter's
mission?
on
What's the mission?
to destroy the star stuff.
To destroy the star stuff.
That's
Yes.
it. I get it now.
Yeah, I know. This is
Yeah,
what I'm
it
saying.
all
Okay,
makes
so
sense.
Okay, so she's on a mission with her father to destroy the star stuff.
Yes.
Okay.
And so, like, a part of the story is her becoming a full-fledged Starcatcher, because she's still trying to prove to her father that she can do it.
Is her father a Starcatcher?
Yes.
Thank you. There we go. Okay,
There
so
are
the
only
father's the
6 and a half
Starcatcher.
of them, I believe.
Six
and
and
a
a
half.
half? What happened to the other half?
Because I'm just an apprentice.
Oh, you're the half.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, so now we've established we got Peter origin story. We have a Starcatcher in the thing. There we go. Finally, we got around to
ready to
everything.
go.
Yeah.
Right.
And
We're trying to-
imagine star stuff. It's like Infinity Stones. You don't want this ultimate power in the wrong hands.
true.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yes.
Okay.
So that's why they're out to destroy it.
Okay, so they want to get rid of the ultimate power thing before it falls into the clutches of someone like Stash.
Absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yes.
See, so we're figuring it all out. Ron, you figuring out the show now?
Yeah,
You want to summarize it in 2
yeah.
seconds?
No.
Come on, try.
It's just that the dog is licking one of our cast members.
So there we go. So it's called Peter and the Starcatcher, and we have the origin of Peter Pan, but it isn't just the origin of Peter Pan. We're dealing with Molly, who is an apprentice Starcatcher, who is working with her father on this ship to go and get this star stuff that's out there. The star stuff is like this ultimate powerful thing. Okay, so we need to keep it out of the hands of the evildoers. And then, so they go out there to do that while I assume evildoers are trying to go and get it.
Yes.
Okay. And this is a drama, and everybody cries the whole time in this show?
Oh, absolutely not.
Yes, exactly. So it's a comedy. There's a lot of funny stuff in it, right? A lot of goofiness.
How much
There's
music
Lost
in
Boys.
it?
There's
What?
Lost Boys.
Yes, but there's only like 2 real songs, right? Like 2
It's not a
full-fledged
full
songs.
musical.
It's a
Yeah.
play
Yeah.
with music.
It's a play.
It's
Yeah,
a play, and we
music.
sing a little bit, and it's
You sing I'm gonna nix that too. Okay, I'm gonna say it's not a musical.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I hear this all the time being said that it's a play with music, and I'm gonna say no, because that's just a play. It's just a play. Because what's the music in it? They sing like a birthday song. Or
No,
something.
we sing a full song.
What's the song? What is
It's called
Pirating
Swim
song?
On at the end of Act 1, and that's probably the most tense
Oh.
scene.
Yeah.
And then right after that, the most ridiculous song
Okay.
to start Act 2.
To start Act 2, and then that's it.
And then there's some bits
Little
here and
things here
there,
and
like
there.
Happy Birthday
Yeah.
length songs.
Yeah, I
Sure.
would say that I would still call it a play though, because just like
Absolutely.
just like a movie, just because a movie has a song and it doesn't mean it's a musical now. It's like no, it's a play.
And
It's still-
and you asked, are there Lost Boys in it?
yeah, they're Lost Boys in this thing.
That's kind of that's kind of like how you said that you didn't know Peter was an orphan. I think that's kind of the lore behind that, is that they're all lost boys. They're all orphans.
Aha.
And Peter just happens to be one that's still finding his name.
See, I love this. Okay, I think we've gotten a much better and more clear focus on this. I know people are probably at home still maybe a little like, what? But I do think that we've nailed a lot of the very important things, and that is there's Molly. Molly has a dad. They're on their ships. They're going out to get this Starcatcher stuff. They run into Stash, who's the bad guy, and then that's pretty much the most that you need to know. From there on out, just enjoy the show, don't you think?
Yeah.
If you know that little bit, and you know that this is who they are, and that's who Molly is, and that's who Peter is, and okay, now I have the foundation. Because honestly, I don't know how I was so stupid to know nothing. It's like I went in, completely blind. Like, how do I not at least know that this is a Peter Pan thing? I just
They should have had a warning at the front end. Please put on your imagination cap before you walk into
something
the
that
theater.
just said this is going to
Yeah.
be Peter Pan, because they don't ever say those names ever. They don't say those in the show, like his name is Peter, her name is, because they weren't those things. That was Molly, not Wendy. You
Right.
know, it was
Right.
he had a no name. It was like
Yeah.
okay, and it was Stash, not Hook. It was like there was all these different. I was like, did they like write this and not have the copyrights to be able to actually use people's names? What's going? Because I feel like that is this person. I feel like that is that, but it actually isn't all those people.
Yeah.
So it does help to have an understanding of what's going on.
I do take offense to the term bad guy. I don't know if I would say I'm the bad guy. I'm just trying to find my way.
I don't know.
Seems like you're trying to slit people's
My
throats.
special
Yeah.
Have you ever seen Lego Batman?
Oh
You've
yeah.
seen that?
Oh,
You see that relationship between Joker and Batman?
Okay.
They need
such
each
a
other.
good movie.
They need each
It's
other.
the same thing.
It's the same thing.
That's
No,
actually
you're
makes
right.
me-
perfect comparison. Like
It is.
literally
Yeah.
perfect.
I mean, what is Pan without Hook, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And vice versa. I think they even delve on that in one of the other many renderings of,
Yes,
of the Peter
yes.
Pan story.
Right.
When's the show?
June.
Second,
Second
June
through.
Ooh, coming up.
11th.
Right. So
Oh,
there's,
okay.
there's 2 weekends. So when this there's gonna be one more weekend left when this is gonna happen, when this drops. So we got one more weekend. We gotta make sure we get there and everybody can enjoy the show. And it's at the Village Theater,
Yes.
which is in the Upton Street, right?
Yep.
It's a beautiful theater.
Cute little thing. Lots
my
of
gosh.
good production quality in there.
Yeah, if you haven't gone to a theater,
Village Player
I think you'll be
show.
surprised when you walk
Yes.
in, open the door, and go, "Oh,
Wow.
well, this is just hidden here." That was my reaction when I first went in. I was like, "What?" They have 2 weekends to see this show. We are unfortunately going to have missed one weekend. So that means you have to go to this coming weekend to make sure that you see Peter and the Starcatcher, Village Players on Upton Avenue. Beautiful theater. Go get your tickets.
Get them now.
Yes. Thanks.
Go.
Thanks for coming in, guys. Bye.
Yeah, thank
See ya.
you. If you go to see this show for anybody, go for Brian because he is hilarious and fantastic and
We heart
extremely
Brian.
talented. We heart Brian.